I think honestly Kunos just got super tired of me commenting under every Instagram post. Probably. Ooh. Yep. Oh, look at those smoke particles. Start session. Assetto Corsa Evo 0.7 is here and it's bringing lots of exciting updates. Not only traditionally wise, you get new cars, new updated physics, audio, graphics, such as new particle system and smoke, and you name it, but something extremely cool. Let's jump in straight into Audi R8 GT3. Turn down traction control, turn down ABS map. I think that should be okay, and go for a lap of Touristenfahren Nürburgring. Why not? But before we go driving, if you are about to like what you see and you do not have Evo yet yourself, check out the link in the video description and the first pinned comment so you can download it yourself from Steam. And if you need top of the line sim racing gear to run Evo, check out the affiliate link of Fanatec, my official partner that allows me to race in real life. This wheel was used by me last year because this is the exact steering wheel from the BMW M3 GT4 and GT3, but you also of course have the wheelbases, pedals and much more. Use the affiliate link in the video description, and maybe there's also a discount code hidden somewhere. And finally, massive thank you to Novus Sim that are building top-notch sim rigs, including motion. If you're looking to elevate your sim racing experience, reach out to them and tell them I sent you, and they will give you an extra discount. We get something that made Assetto Corsa, the OG Assetto Corsa, the best sim in the world, and why I am still using that up to today's date, namely the fact that you can include mods and include your own cars, create your own cars, and you name it. We could basically scan a car here at VULCAN ALPHA and put it in here, but everyone can go wild from the modding community. I think honestly Kunos just got super tired of me commenting under every Instagram post when they were announcing new cars for the upcoming Assetto Corsa Evo release. And because I was always saying like, okay, cool car, but when is the Civic coming? Or the Corvette, which is there right now on the lift and getting some mods installed to it. So I'm gonna go back to the pit lane because one of the most features that I'm waiting for the most, the ability to turn off damage, so you can just, you know, mess around and get some practice, is unfortunately still not there. So there you have it. I said something negative about this at the course because people say that I'm praising it too much. So there we have it. No, so the ability to mod, again, this opens so many opportunities. This opens longevity of the sim, the possibility, the endless possibility to just simply have fun and do silly stuff. What made Assetto Corsa, the OG Assetto Corsa, again, the greatest sim out there. So I'm extremely looking forward to seeing all kinds of silly mods, cool mods, my Civic eventually, Corvette, many other cars that we can try. And yeah, as you can see, I cannot talk and drive at the same time, so at some point I should be quiet. But first, I should actually mention also the fact that massive thank you to my dear partner Fanatec. So if you're looking for getting a sim gear, check out the link in the video description. And one day maybe you'll be racing a GT3 car. We're driving a GT3 car now. Will we be racing actual GT3 car next year? Who knows? But for now, we're quite happy where we are now with our cup car. And also Novus Sim, if you're looking for a rig or a motion rig, they can hook you up. Tell them I sent you and they'll get you an extra discount. Right. Aside from all the updates that I already mentioned, there's one very cool update for multiplayer, something that I'm not using at all because I don't have time much in my life, and unfortunately I'm not using much multiplayer. But by they I'm meaning Kunos and Assetto Corsa, are introducing a new rating system, whereas in the past most of the sims are actually calculating the amount of clean kilometers. What the F is a kilometer? Driven during a race, and that adds you the higher rating to your driver rating. So most of the time, even if people will be just driving somewhere in the back of the field and just make some clean drive without any crashes whatsoever, they would be rewarded, but it would not be fair to others. This system is focusing more on the wheel-to-wheel racing, like actual dogfighting, what makes GT racing the best racing in the world, unlike other racing series. I think what 24 Hours of Nürburgring this year has shown kind of embarrassed lots of other racing series. So yeah, thank you Max Verstappen and many others. Speaking of Max Verstappen, the reason why I chose the R8 GT3 Evo 3 is because this was one of the iconic cars earlier this year during qualifying race and other analysis when Christopher Haase has put up phenomenal fight with Max Verstappen. Unfortunately, the car suffered an accident during the actual N24 due to a collision with another car that was caused by like misunderstanding of flag signals. Sorry, actually not misunderstanding, but the fact that the marshals put up a yellow, then a green, and then after that directly yellow, so the car went on the brakes after going through the green, and then unfortunately Audi crashed into that, which is, I would be quite upset, yeah. So yeah, and it is one of the most successful GT cars on the Nürburgring when you count the amount of wins, and also very emotional, of course, the V10, phenomenal engine, and also the shape of the car. But yeah, how does it drive? Great. The audio effects are fantastic. The controls are actually also very good. I haven't driven the R8 GT3, but I have like in real life, but I've driven plenty of those iterations in various other sims, and I know how an R8 is handling like the street R8 and a very heavily modified R8, and I know how it sounds like. That was an interesting jump. Should we just lift through here? Lift through with the woo! I know how it sounds like, and I think this is very drivable and very legit. Now, I'm very interested in, yeah, the traction control feature seems to be on par with what I know from my experience in GT racing. So overall, this is very good. Let's finish the lap and then pick one of the other sims, other cars, because we have Porsche 935, which I have not driven, but I did drive Porsche GT2 RS Club Sport Evo kit back in Portimao last year, yes, or no, year before that, I think. Yes, it was in 2024. So I know how the car drives, so we can give it a go. And yeah, but with all these updates that we have now already, honestly guys, if you haven't yet, get Assetto Corsa Evo now on Steam. Check out the link in the video description and the first pinned comment, because again, what for me made the original Assetto Corsa the greatest is the fact, the modability, why we're still playing that game, and simply no subscription model, and you just like fire it up and go. We have this again, and really I cannot wait to try out all the mods that people will be making. I'm sure Jimmy is going to be very happy with that, because I think that pretty much launched his YouTube career. And, aside from the fact that it was COVID and everyone was watching videos and sim racing, but him doing unique Assetto Corsa content, that's how I got to know him, to learn him, to know him. How I found his content, because he was doing all of the silly stuff that you cannot do in real life. I mean, you can do this in real life, but it costs a lot of money. But on a sim, it's not much different. It's actually much more, not only much more affordable, it's also much easier on your body. Because sim, you can just drive with very little preparation. Whereas in real life, you need to be in quite a physical form because you get thrown around with all the G-forces. Oh my God, we've done a 6 minutes 43 bridge to gantry. Well, we can easily do a sub 6:20, probably BTG, this car. But I spent more time talking, and let's go do something else. So let's return to main menu. We will confirm. The modding tool is a separate modding tool. It's not inside here, but you can make the mods and then import it here, and then you can do it. But at the time of recording this video, it is not live yet, so I cannot show it to you, but maybe we can have some screenshots. And surely in the next few weeks, YouTube's will be populated with silly mods and cool mods as well. So, should we do some other car? We can do the 935, but I'm actually genuinely interested in something else. Vehicle hub, we have the Nissan, which is actually Datsun 240Z. Now, the Datsun is for sure cool, but I would really like to try the M3 E46 CSL because this car has some updated physics in the 0.7, and it was already phenomenal the first time that it was added, I believe in 0.2 or 0.3, one of the earlier releases. But since I promised you, didn't really promise, but I told you that I had experience with a Porsche GT2 RS. By the way, did you know that the Fanatec car livery is in the game? GT2, we will do, yeah, we have the Clubsport Evo kit and we have the 935. I'll go with the GT2 RS Clubsport. It's essentially the same car with different nose. This one has a rating of 18.2 and this one has actually a less rating. Ooh. Yeah, because this one's of course is an Evo kit or Evo kit. But we have also the GT3 R Sport. Do I want that? No, let's go with the OG. So with the Evo kit drive, let's do the Nürburgring single player TF. Of course, we start. I'll feel so guilty using BMW steering wheel. Fanatec, can we have a Porsche wheel? Do we have, I mean, TC and stuff? I think the car comes without TC. Yeah, it does come with TC. Well, we will drop the TC level, ABS level as well. What? Oof. This is going to be interesting because the stock car is very light on the front nose. I remember the first time I drove, the first and the only time I drove the GT2 RS Clubsport, it was a rocket ship, but the one, yep, with a lots of understeer because typical Porsche engine on the back and lap invalidated for track limits. Let's try this again. And that was exactly what I remember. You need to brake so much later. Sorry, so much sooner. Because the car has a ton of power, but not much more braking power than the Cup. It's also heavier, as far as I remember, due to the, of course, all the turbos and stuffs. So let's try to do that. Oh, the cone. Go away, cone. Bye. So, look at the speeds we're doing. Are we going to hit like 250 before the compression? Yep, even more. Look at that. Whoa. Oh man, I need to lift. With the Cup car, we can just take flat, but okay, early enough on the brakes. Let's see. Watching out for the boost. Trail brake through here on the gas. Can we do sub 630? No, we cannot even do 630, I think, because this is a completely different animal. What we need to understand is that a GT2 class, although the numbers seem slower, and since GT3 is slower than GT4 but faster than GT4, this does not work the same for GT2. What you have significantly more power What I want to say is that GT2 has a lot more power, like 700-ish horsepower, but less aero than a GT3 car. So you sacrifice a lot in the corners, and it is considered as a gentleman's car, gentleman driver car who just want to drive something really fast on the straight, something really extreme, but the corner abilities are not there, not from the car and also not from the driver. So for example here, yeah, well, if in the past we would just lift earlier with GT3 car, here you need to really go on the brake and trail brake. So let's go back with a E46 M3, something really close to my heart. Okay, so TC is going off on this car, which is important. The sound of S54. Oh, audio, freaking love it. Yep, very good. Okay, now I'm going to do something silly. I'm gonna be driving the car that's intended to be driven with a round steering wheel. I'm gonna drive with a GT wheel. It's something that's very Instagram friendly. Oh, pit limiter. We'll skip through that. Lots of Instagram carfluencers putting these kind of steering wheels on their cars, on street cars, or even like track cars. But oh yeah, the light feeling of the E46. But that's not really, whoa. Maybe we should not pretend that we have all the aero in the world and drive it like a street car. So let's restart session and drive it again. But yeah, driving with those steering wheels, with the yoke type of steering wheel, if your steering rack is not adjusted to it, maybe you should not be doing it. So you want the full. We are going to. We're going to skip all the speed limits. There we go. So, whoa. So, I think we do need to add some. Oof. Okay. So back to pit lane, vehicle setup. Let's do something here. Tire pressure is okay. Front left, it's toe. Okay, so back end is toe in, and we have slightly toe out on the front. This is fine. Camber, let's drop. Let's go a bit more, much more negative. Yeah, that should be okay. Electronics, TC, go away. Okay, well, hopefully added camber would be nice. Let's try again. I haven't really driven a stock E46 ever in my life. To remember that we do not have all the fancy aerodynamics from the previous cars. It's also not a full slick, yeah. Also SMG. Oh, I think we're getting used to it. Yeah. But you should drive this definitely with a different steering wheel. Probably should go on the brakes, Misha. You don't have aero on this car. Small tap on the brake will be fine. After all these years, it's such a great car to drive on the sim or in real life. On the sim is definitely much more affordable again. So in real life right now, the prices are going through the roof of an actual CSL. Even though like 5 or well, 10 years ago, you can pick them up for very little, because back then people were saying like, not a manual, you have SMG. So what? I gearbox. Actually, honestly, my honest opinion, still a great gearbox, especially with the remap. It's really not that bad. Bit on the brakes, probably. Woo! Well, I guess 200 km/h entry was not the best of ideas. True Flugplatz with a stock car. You cannot do that. You can do 200 with a cup car. Definitely with GT3 car, not with a street car. Also here, you probably should go a bit on the brakes. Well, I think suspension is a bit damaged. How would that come? Oh, look at that! Gravel. We have the particles that are updated to this. Yep. Oh, look at those smoke particles. Well, the car is broken and so am I, and it's already actually quite late, so I'm gonna go home, although I am enjoying this a lot. Again, I'm extremely looking forward to see the crazy mod creations that will follow the internet, YouTubes, and also the modding servers for the Evo. This is going to be awesome. Yeah, what else is there to say? I hope that the next one, the 0.8 update, will include also the switching off of the damage, so we can just crash and go and continue making content and be silly. And of course, free roam, open world is going to be something very special. Yes. Hopefully VULCAN ALPHA is going to be in the game. And tiramisu.